No, Asta cannot beat his way through this. No, his magic is not giving up. That ain't helping none of it against this fight. Because this is something he is clearly just outmatched for. There are too many opponents. Everyone is running dry. They got played like goddamn fiddles, to quote good old Metal Gear. And who is the one that's holding them down? Of course, of all people, and it's just right as well as the anime just recently covered this stuff. It is another Fagolion, and it is Meloleona's turn to actually protect those shitty kids and buy everyone some time to get the hell out of here. So one thing I want to address as well is that this is something that's happened with Tabata a couple of times. I've noticed that obviously the quality of some of the panels that we're going to be talking about are a little wonky, and some of them are a little hard to tell out like what honestly is going out on them. And we heard like last time this obviously just didn't just happen to him, like also as well this has happened before to other artists where it's like, oh, that the quality of that is where it's like you can just tell by like the rough drafting, where it's like they didn't have full time to finish off like all of these panels, and it's a shame on there. But I guess like I know sometimes that also has directly to do with when the magazine sometimes comes out a little bit early. They have to send their chapters in on like a certain date, and that can change at some points. And also as well, just a lot of people, I've definitely noticed this a lot between the Blue Exorcist author Tabata, and I believe it was Soma, and I don't think it was Academia, but there was one other author, if I remember, that had this problem like really badly with like the series, and it was like they just ran out of time. And I kind of hate feeling that. It's like, and it kind of shows us why it's why I kind of wouldn't even mind waiting like an extra couple of days just to even have like a finished product on there, because you see through a good chunk of it with like Real, and like especially with Leona and like a bunch of the other characters. You see like, oh, a lot of this looks really rough drafted and drawn, and it's like, oh, I kind of wish to see that bit, because that looks a lot better in that scene and there. But regardless, it's a thing that I'll mention in the review just in case it's like, well, why didn't you cover that part? Because like, oh, well, I can't really tell from some of these panels. But even still, let's talk about poor Asta, and just how him and Zell are just gonna have to just bite the dust and just get the hell out of there. So immediately with the chapter, we got to see, you know, as we saw with Real, he came in and he was hugging, and we got to see that this seems to be their names from their original thing. Obviously with Laya, with like Real, like they were talking to us like, oh, my name is like, you know, Rila. So it's like, if anything, I'm guessing that's kind of the same thing with like with Luck as well, and a lot of the other characters, they were kind of sort of named, and how he's acting as well, like his like personality, is like that's pretty much how they were originally. So like it doesn't seem like fully that they've like completely changed as people. It's more like, oh no, I realize like who I am, and I know exactly who I used to be, and have all those memories of you guys burning our people to the ground. Yeah, I remember that. Like, it's clearly like, it shows that they are still in there in some way, and it's like, that is his personality, that is everything that was Real, and that was everything. But it's like, no, this is a completely different person. Like, you could still see with like Liar, like his agenda's still the same. So that's an interesting thing, whereas like they were immediately thinking, alright, these guys are clearly brainwashed, let's just try and take care of this. They get Asta in, use anti-magic. It's like, okay, it's clearly they're being controlled this way. Asta, get in there, cut them down. Asta tries to go in for the cut down. Nothing happens. Even in his anti-demon mode, it did not do anything. And it's like, and especially how Lia's talking about, this is really good. Like, this is affecting the soul. This is just beyond like our own magical devices on this. Like, so to either resolve or even restore, like, that's the question. Is like, you're clearly changing the entire biometric structure of a person. Like, they're being turned into different creatures, and like you see this happening, and alongside with the rest of the elves being right, like I think it was like Fragile, and I think get the other two, the big lady, and also as well the Gondor members. Like, you can clearly see like all these characters here are like just all being just metamorphosed like on the spot, and it's like, you're running out of time. This is like getting to the point where it's like there's about fucking 6 or 7 of them on there on Asta, Zora, and like Leona's ass, and it's like she immediately just like, you guys aren't gonna do anything, because Zora is like, he can maybe do stuff, but the problem is that he needs time. That's his whole problem, whereas like he needs time to set up the traps and everything. Asta, he is not gonna attack. He's not gonna attack his own people. Like, you can clearly see, you're a main protagonist, you're not going to go and attack your own people. You're clearly not ready for this sort of situation. You're like acting like, you know, where you think like Rill's your friend, and it's like, no. So she does the thing where it's like, I'm gonna buy you guys time, and she's like, I can cut loose. Now that these shitty kids are here, I can cut loose, and I don't care. I am killing you all. And I was like, holy shit. Like, she does not give a fuck. Even with all of these 6 powered up individuals in front of her, she's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go and fight this 5 or 6 odd people, including more that could be arriving. Like, that's just what she's gonna do, and I love that about her. So definitely with this chapter, I felt like there wasn't so much to talk about this one. Like, there was like, Asta, Zora, you guys need to escape. You need to get out of here. And that kind of leads to the question now. It's like, is he, like, with Asta and Zora making their way out, are they even gonna see what's gonna happen to Leona? Are we gonna see any of that stuff? Like, it definitely is like next week's chapter. I want to see like the perspective and all that, because also as well, we need to go and get Noelle out of there. We need to go and get like everyone out of like all of these people. We need to get them, buy some time, and just drag them the fuck out. And no, even to mention, we need to see the perspective of what was happening with Gray, because Kalsha's being transformed. Like, we have all of these people going on there. So I feel like, if anything, the next chapter may start off with seeing Noelle, and maybe Astrid's are like trying to drag him out. Like, we need to get out of here now. And it's like, how are we gonna, because that's the thing, how is Asta gonna handle the whole luck situation? Noelle isn't handling it well, but I feel like she, out of everyone right now, like her and Zora, if we're comparing out of all the ball members right now that aren't turned, Noelle and Zora are probably going to be the ones that have the more cool-headed like situations on this, even though she's affected by this greatly from what we saw even with the last chapter. She's freaking out about this, but no, we need to kind of deal with these characters now and just get out. We need a strategy into this. We need to regroup our people, and it's like, we've already lost, like, if this is the case, we're losing Leona, who is a captain-based like person, so it's just getting more grim by the second. We're losing people left, right, and center, and it's like, no. And we've just, all the elves have just built their army just straight up, and it's like, we need to deal with the ones that are left out, you know, in the city right now. Some of them maybe have not gone back to them. It's like, so much going on that you think of that, like, behind the scenes and everything. So I am very much looking forward to this chapter. I will say, yeah, like, but I did like this chapter. I felt like I kind of wanted a little bit more going on there, but I think Leona stole the absolute chapter. I think, like, the fact that she was like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Let's go. She just charges up and just starts going against, like all of them. She did not care. It's like, fuck, there's a captain there. I don't care. There's a third eye there. I don't care. The rest of you guys, you're like, I don't know, you're strong at, like, kind of, like, you got some Golden Dawn members in there and a few other people. I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I was like, okay, that is great. So I cannot wait for that. But overall, let me know, guys, what you thought about this chapter and all that and everything up down below. And that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.